Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you all have had a fabulous Monday, that it went fast. I hope it also ended up in you getting some money that you didn't expect, so that's what I hope. Hey, Jess. Hey, beautiful. I think I see a couple folks here. Lily. Hey, Lily, and Raiders, and Kim, and thank you all, and Veronica. I thank you all for joining this afternoon. I hope that your Monday has been awesome. I hope so. 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 And of course, we're going to talk about a couple things that are going on. Now, y'all paying attention to that picture up there? I'm just wondering if y'all caught that, because I'm thinking that we can find the Epstein files. I'm wondering if they're on the president anywhere. Hey, Julie. Hey, Alicia. I don't think most people pay attention. Let me find out Trump's had the files the whole time. Who knew, right? He's had them the whole time. All we had to do was lift up that comb over and we could have found them. Ain't that something? Go figure. The real truth is never too far away from the source, right? Never too far away from the source. Never. Hey there, Roxy. And my dogs are barking because the air conditioner guy is in here, so he must be walking up the stairs with my husband. Just excuse Scooby and Scrappy Doo real quick. Because they have to have a full conversation when people are coming through. It's just what they do. It's just what they do. So, no problem. Did you? No, I didn't look up Jean-Luc Brunel. I will make sure to do that. I have it written down. I just have yet to get to it. Today was like a full day. So you have to excuse me. Yeah. I woke up this morning when I was about to take my daughter to work, and I've yet to put the video up on my other account. I'll get to that today because I haven't. But I woke up when I was getting ready to take my daughter to work. We walk into the kitchen together, and she screams. And I'm like, what are you? And she's like, oh my God, what is that? What is that? And I look, and of course I don't have on my glasses, so I can't really see anything. So I have to get closer to it, to see it. And it was hundreds of ants. Someone had dropped a little piece of peanut butter on the kitchen floor. And one of those filler ants found it and told everybody else. And I spent a good chunk of my morning, even before the live this morning, cleaning up that stuff. Oh man. I was just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? Do you need me? You need me? Derek. Oh, okay. Okay. So that's what I woke up to this morning. So we've since gotten it under control because the last couple of weeks, ants have been off the chain. I'm like, no matter what you do, they are off the chain the last couple of weeks. They're trying to finish out their summer. So, hey, dumplings. Hey, living life. Good afternoon, everybody. So that's enough about me. Let's get into the details of so much that's been happening today. So a couple of things. It looks like that a judge has blocked the Trump administration's efforts, at least for now, to defund Planned Parenthood. Your office was invaded by mealworms. Oh no! See, I can't do that. Me and bugs. I deal with bugs, but I ain't really fans of them. I want y'all to see that because I saw that People magazine had put this out. I said, whoa. Whoa. Okay. But right now, a judge has blocked the Trump administration's efforts to defund Planned Parenthood. So for right now, Planned Parenthood clinics will continue. They must continue to reimburse for Medicaid funding. So they have to continue to do that. And so for now, I guess until, I'm assuming the administration, of course, is going to file an appeal. Who knows what's going to happen after that? But we'll see what happens. But again, government is so entrenched on trying to make decisions for regular citizens. I was thinking about something. So babies can, y'all need to mind your business. How about that, MAGA teacher? How about you mind your business? You know that's free, right? I'm going to help you. Bye. They always in somebody else's business. Mind y'all business. That's the problem with conservatives. Republicans are always in the business of other people. Hey, Maribel. Hey, beautiful. I'm tired of it. Mind y'all business. I have never met a bunch of people so nosy in my life. That lets me know that their own lives are not full, because if your life was full, you wouldn't give a shit about what anybody else is doing. But the fact that y'all are so clear, what are they doing over there, Sheila? None of your damn business, Mildred. None of your business. I'd be like, yo, I've never seen a group of people so fucking nosy. I'd be like, yo, I've never seen people so nosy. It's like, find something else to do that's not in the business of other people. But they just can't help themselves. It's weird. Again, don't y'all find it ironic that conservatives love freedom as long as you're doing what they want you to do? You're not free to make your own choices if they don't like them. Okay? Hey, Landon. Nobody can even see what you said, beloved, because your comment is DEI, and I don't do that here. Bye. Come on. We don't do that here. I have a laugh track just like Friends. And much like the Friends you see on the screen, we steal from black people and claim it's original. Those who know. Ain't a damn thing original about Friends but the casting. That's why that's not a show I've watched. Right, I watched Living Single. I didn't need to see Friends. Like, what? I don't even need to look at that. That's not even realistic. Hey, Trail. Thank you, Miss Sims, for the rose. Thank you all for the gifts. Thank you for joining me this afternoon. Thank you. But those who try it, those who get all tender with my imaging and stuff, hey, I don't know what to tell you. But I'll tell you a lot of things, but I'm not going to lie, because it's no point. Lie to you for what? I could be doing something else with my time instead of getting on here lying to you. I don't have the energy for that. I'm being honest. That takes too much energy to get on Beyonce. Look, I'm calling it Beyonce's internet. To get on Beyonce's internet and lie to you for no reason. For what? Hey, Rocky. Like, who got time for that? Conservatives. But I'm not a conservative, so I don't have time for that. I'm too busy doing other things. My life is full. I'm too busy getting, making other shit happen. So I'm sorry if I'm not, trying to control what other people do. Ain't that pick the truth? Friends to the end, honey. What Chucky say? Hi, I'm your friend to the end. That's Republicans. That Republican Party is going to ride into the sunset and do whatever they feel like they need to do to protect the brand that is conservatism. Now it's not fiscal conservatism, though. It's more of we're fighting culture wars situation. That was an evil doll. But it can't be any worse than this guy right here. I'm like, man. And the Justice Department had to drop cases against some LA protesters after the officers were caught lying. That's why it's important to record. If you're out there amongst all that stuff and you're protesting, it's important that somebody's responsible for recording what happens. Because, hey, folks will lie. Folks will lie. And cops lying is not a new thing. That's not a new thing, okay? Say it again, Lily. That's not a new thing. It's kind of new that a judge would be like, "Oh, you lied. This is ridiculous." That doesn't really happen too often because usually prosecutors don't want to walk back any charges. Prosecutors never want to admit they're wrong, ever. Ever. This is why prosecutors, in my opinion, have no problem even putting innocent people in jail and prison. Because all they care about is conviction records. They don't really care if it's accurate, if it's truth. It's whatever truth they said it was. And what did they say? A grand jury will convict a ham sandwich. So I don't even go by a grand jury saying, oh, they got a prosecutor saying, well, I got a grand jury indictment. Okay, I would expect you to. It's your environment. Of course you're going to get a grand jury indictment. That's to be expected. But if you're going to be out there, you better make sure somebody recording. And I just see another story that Ghislaine Maxwell is asking the Supreme Court to toss her conviction. And she is citing a plea deal that Epstein received eons ago. She filed it today. Ain't that coincidental that she filed it after the Justice Department met with her twice? Now, follow my logic here. Follow my logic. I'm just telling you, I'm just looking at this. Now, me looking at it makes me wonder, because since nobody else was in those meetings, right? So it makes me wonder if she was giving guidance, go ahead and get your case in front of the Supreme Court, and we'll find out, and we'll make sure that they hear your case and rule in your favor. Because if they end up ruling in her favor and stuff like that, then I'm going, okay. Because I'm looking. They say, yeah, she got 20 years. And the filing that was made today by her attorneys, they said the federal government violated its own agreement not to prosecute co-conspirators. And so since Epstein pled guilty in 2008 to state charges, Maxwell's lawyers argue that applied nationwide, not just to Florida. So a lower court had previously ruled against her, but her case has gained renewed attention. How much y'all want to bet this time? This time, that case might actually be in her favor. Now, I don't know about y'all. I believe in a lot of things, but when it comes to these types of people, coincidences ain't nothing I believe in. Okay? All right? I believe in swollen glands. I believe in hair plugs and hair extensions. You know, bronzer, eye makeup. It's a whole lot of things I can believe in with these people. Coincidences ain't one of them. Okay? Coincidences ain't one of them. I go, I'm just looking at this going, if it looks and smells funny, y'all, it probably is funny. And I'm just telling you, my hood senses is tingling, right? I grew up in the hood. So my hood senses are tingling, right? And I'm going, follow my logic here, right? If I'm this person, right, that's all that I can get away with essentially doing whatever I want to do by leaning on people, because I done figured out that the people that were pretending to be tough, they're not tough at all, right? Now, I'm not super tough either, but I know I'm tougher than them as far as the ability to play mind games, mental warfare. I'm better at it than they are. So I know I can take them. You understand? And if I can get them, then I can get them to turn these other people. I don't even have to work to turn them. They'll do it for me, right? They'll do all that work for me, right? So I'm looking at all of this and I'm going, if I was this person with this type of power to lean on people with just my words and my presence, right? Just that. And then this case that I want to go away hasn't gone away. It just won't go away. Well, how can I make it go away? Well, I can't let what happened to the other person happen to this person, because if it does, it's certainly not going to go away, right? It's going to become an even bigger, gigantic case, right? If she ends up in the same fate as the guy did, right? So you can't do that. So what do? And listen, Trump's already been catching heat about a pardon, right? Well, if Trump doesn't pardon her and the Supreme Court just overturns her conviction, well, it wasn't Trump, was it? Y'all better pay attention, because you already know your courts are compromises. You can't say you didn't know. Oh, she got info, for sure. She got info on a lot of powerful people. But to keep that quiet, they gonna make sure they give her what she need. Because this is the only time left they're gonna have to tie up that loose end. Think about it. And whatever time does she have to tie up any loose ends? I mean, not her, but the powers that be that may be impacted by her story and what she might have to say. Think about it. Man, life coach, she better watch her back and her front. My point is, I'm going to say it like this, Roxy. If you know about stuff like that happening and you don't tell the authorities, you ain't no different than the people that's purposely participating in it. Because you knew about it and you didn't tell nobody. And if you still kicking it with those people, then you ain't no different than them. That's why I laugh when Trump thought that throwing up Bill Clinton's name was going to suddenly make liberals shut up. No. If he was caught up, get his ass too. Like, it has no impact. They thought it was, but it doesn't. It doesn't. They ain't going to do nothing about Obama, because I can tell you Obama not on the list. I can't speak for Bill Clinton. Next time, come with a real account. Bye. I'll only let you in if you're brave enough to come in on your real account. Bye. Yeah, you can't come in on your real account. What do we have to talk about? Nothing. If you don't believe in you enough to come in your real account, why should I hold a conversation with your other account? I'm not doing that. Just because I believe it doesn't make it true. Yeah, but you're in my live. So since you don't believe, get out, non-believer. I never seen people before that's so upset. Y'all believed about that Pizzagate shit. This is way less ridiculous than that. Okay? Way less ridiculous than that. Y'all bought into that shit hook, line, and sinker. Had nothing to say. Had nothing to say. Exactly, Maribel. They get upset over that. But I tell you, like a video I put up earlier, it shows you who people are. This whole situation shows you who people are. They tell on themselves. They tell on themselves more than one time. Just let them talk. They gonna tell on themselves every time. Like I saw a thing earlier where a guy said, women would be great if they just be quiet, because he don't really like being around women that much anyway. And I was like, okay, well, why don't you get yourself a boyfriend, sir? I'm confused. Nobody, no, I don't, I'm sure no woman is chasing you down saying you must be interested in us. I know no woman is doing that. He acted like he was so tormented. I'm like, bruh, stop it. Stop it. If women are that annoying, get a boyfriend. Y'all can watch football together, kick it. But guess what? You gonna get just as tired of his ass as the chicks did. Like what? He gonna learn the hard way. They love to just be like, oh, it's this, that, and other. Life Coach D, thank you so much for the shares. I appreciate it so much. Thank you. And thank you, Pop Pop, for the follow. First of all, hey, Oscar, thank you all for joining me this afternoon. Thank you for the likes, shares, and gifts. I appreciate all of it. But I'm telling you, if her case ends up getting overturned, her conviction by the Supreme Court, that's not a coincidence. Not to me. Not a couple of days after the Justice Department done visited her, not once, but twice. Then magically, today on Sunday, her lawyer files a case to the Supreme Court of all places to file it. It's almost like they had an inside scoop about who would hear their case, huh? That's all I'm saying. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. I'm looking at it and go, huh. Something about this don't pass the smell test. I'm not sure what that is yet. I'm still trying to figure it out. But something about it don't pass the smell test. Something about it look real sneaky, but not sneaky. You understand? Like, it's something happening, but it's not something happening at the same time. That's how I see it. When you connect it with all the other things, you go, shit, I got a whole fucking square. Right? When we connect the dots, like Roxy says, don't we have a whole square? That's what's happening to me when I'm connecting the dots. I'm going, huh. Listen, I was born and raised in Washington, D.C. One thing for certain and two for sure that I know about D.C., it ain't got no coincidences. That's what I do know. Not up on the hill. There are no coincidences, beloved. Only intentional acts. And people hope that they don't get caught when they do them. But this whole thing of, I didn't know, bullshit. They all say they didn't know, but that's a bullshit lie. They all know, they do it on purpose, and they only say that because you caught them. And since they got caught, instead of being responsible and owning up to their behavior, they would rather say they didn't know. Washington Post didn't say that. Thank you for catching JK. And even if Washington Post did say that, we know that Jeff Bezos is in the pocket of Trump. Washington Post is no longer a reputable news source anymore. They just like the others. They're just like the others. Like what? Y'all not putting 2 and 2 together. Put the 2 and 2 together. 1 plus 1 is 2. Didn't we just boot you with your other account? We're going to boot this one too, beloved. Don't nobody care about that. We're not talking about that. Alex, I already got him. I'm like, I'm like 22 news sources. He must have been watching Fox News, Alex. He was watching Fox News. You can always tell who, because y'all see the other thing that conservatives are talking about? Okay, this is so funny. Y'all gonna laugh. Because I know I laughed my ass off when I saw it. Conservatives have been floating around a picture, right? And Lethal Weapon 2 was on earlier too, Alex, because I was looking at it again today. I said, I just saw this shit yesterday, and I was watching it again today. What was I about to say? Dang it, I just lost my train of thought. I'm trying to think about too many things at one time. But I will say that, look, I'm looking at Trump stand up, meeting overseas, having a meeting. I'm noticing that those pants are baggier at the bottom. They don't want us to see those ankles and legs, so those pants are bigger now. I just peeped that. For sure, I know they're bigger now. Yep, covering up those little bathroom trash cans that he's carrying around. Because they're not bottles. Those are bathroom trash cans. That's just the truth. Now, a third whistleblower has come out saying that a Justice Department official that the president has nominated to the appeals court lied to the Senate. But nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen because the Senate's going to let it fly anyway. Republicans are scared to go against Trump, period. And Democrats ain't got the power to. That's why Democrats should have never helped confirm not now one of them. Yeah, I find it interesting because Ghislaine's lawyer, I'm seeing something else about her lawyer, and her lawyer is saying that the Justice Department wants to distract. Distract from what? Distract from what? My thing is this. Hold up, let me check something. Hold up. I'm checking something. So Ghislaine Maxwell, she was sentenced in 2022, right? I just find it interesting that now she figures is the time to put her case in front of the Supreme Court to try to get her conviction overturned. Okay, all right. Thank you, Maud. I looked over and saw it and I was like, oh, someone wants to be a star. Bye. I know y'all got, listen, if you're conservatives, if you've got time, I've got time. Now, I was researching, remember I told you guys earlier when we were talking, and I told you all about the housing market stuff with the housing insurance, specifically in Florida and Louisiana, right? If you are in Florida and Louisiana, you said on Substack later on today when I have time. Thank you. Love you too, Belicious. Thank you, babe. MAGA only wants the files open. I agree to crucify Democrats. The problem is they're conservatives in those files. You know? Alfred, why doesn't he release them now, Alfred? Focus, Alfred. I'm going to help you. Bye, Alfred. See, that's another Lethal Weapon reference. Don't tell him your name, Alfred. Don't tell him your name. Ciao. Again, I'm asking the question, if Democrats had the files all these years and didn't release them, why won't Trump release them now? Sounds like he's in cahoots with Bill Clinton, huh? So, MAGA, what are you going to do about that? Since your president betrayed you and won't release the files. You should be upset by that. But instead of y'all being upset by that, you're mad with me. Why aren't you mad at Trump? That's what I don't understand. That's what I don't understand. And, right, exactly, Maribel. That's the exact reason why. Because they love to say, too, oh, I know what I was going to tell y'all. I just remember when Maribel said that, it triggered it in me. A picture I saw. Somebody did say a picture but in their comments, but I couldn't remember what the picture was. Was circulating in conservative circles now, right? They're trying to say Obama was kicking it with Jeffrey Epstein, right? So they got this picture that they float around. And it's got Obama. And they say, look at Obama sitting with Jeffrey Epstein. Y'all, why is a picture of Obama with Anthony Bourdain? Anthony Bourdain don't look nothing like Jeffrey Epstein. Nothing. Nothing. I'm like, bruh, come on. At that point, you just got to say that. Like, really? Really? Yeah, I'm talking about the files. And I'm talking about the behind the scenes. I ain't lying. Go look it up online. I've seen them. I've seen the posts where I'm laughing my ass off and other people are clowning them like, that's Anthony Bourdain. What? Huh? Come on. Not you putting this dead man in it. Leave this man alone and let him rest. They say it again. They will go through great lengths to try to come up with a false equivalency. They will try everything they can. And it's like, okay, is that what it takes for y'all to hold Trump accountable? Because I think their expectations are that if, say for example, this is just an example, say Obama was caught up, their expectation is that liberals are going to go, oh my goodness, we love him so much we're going to ignore it. That's not what would happen at all. That's not what would happen at all. One thing I can tell you about Democrats, they will always eat their own. And they're going to eat him too, because he would deserve it if he was in that. So that's why I look at conservatives and go, what does Democrats have to do with y'all handling y'all business? Y'all say y'all not sheep, but then y'all waiting on liberals to figure out what to do about your own guys. So are you leaders or are you followers? I'm trying to figure out which one is which, because I don't think they know. Why not have a plan if they lose that will bury the opposition? True. No, what did Obama say? You know what I said he said? I had put up this meme where it said, Obama said, keep my name out your mouth. Keep my name out of your mouth. Okay? And that's, yeah, and I see y'all say followers. That's why I say Trump, the MAGA movement to me reminds me of the People's Temple and Jim Jones. That's what it reminds me of. Because think about it. These people are willing to lose everything for this man. Everything. Everything. They've isolated themselves from their families, from their friends. They live in these bubbles. I'm like, it's a different environment. It's not just politics anymore. See, MAGA loves to say it's just politics when they want you to forgive them and ignore them for the deplorable behavior. Thank you all so much. Then they want you to ignore it. Then it's just, no, it's never just politics. Not when you're starving, feeding children. Not when you're co-signing, treating people in an inhumane manner. That is not just politics. That's people who don't like other people. That's hate. That's hate. And I'm not going to co-sign that. I'm not going to treat you like it's cool, like I can still be friends with you. No, fuck you. Real talk. There are a couple of people that I had considered friends that I don't deal with them people no more. I stopped dealing with them in Trump's first term. Because I ain't like to make them make excuses on the internet and shit. I'm like, I know you personally. And you making excuses? Oh yeah, we not the same people. Yeah, we not the same people. And I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to remove you from my circle. And I never understand the people who want to argue back and forth with people. To me, if you arguing back and forth with them, you trying to prove to them why they should want to keep you in their life, so they should fight for you. No, I'm not interested in that. So I don't have nothing to talk about. It's nothing to talk about. We're not on the same page. We don't see the world in the same way, and that's fine. You got a right to see the world any which way you choose. But I don't chill with like liberal, with people who hate children, who hate the elderly, who hate the vulnerable. I don't kick it with people like that. I'm not emotionally immature. I'm emotionally mature. So I don't see politics like a sport. Like, it's my team versus your team. When my team wins, I win and you lose. That's stupid shit. I'm not in high school anymore. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Russ. And I'm tired of seeing people act like that way. Politics is not sports. Grow up. You're not in high school. Grow the fuck up. Act like a whole adult. You whining because immigrants come here and they get jobs? Do you fuss at the companies that hire them? Because you fussing at everybody but the companies that hired them, knowing they don't have no paperwork. You're not fussing at your elected official who don't do nothing about the companies that hire the workers that don't have their paperwork. See, I don't blame the workers. The workers come for the jobs. No, you're not, Brandon. No, you're not at all. No, you're not. Because, know why? Because conservatives have never passed any legislation against those companies. Bye, beloved. You've been deported. See how quick that happens? I'm faster than Trump. I told y'all, I'm not like the other lives. I don't have a desire to bring you up on the panel. Let's discuss it. I don't give a shit about that. I don't care about that at all. When I scroll through TikTok and I see some lives and I'm like, hats off to you. I don't know how you do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. For what? For what? Say it again, Alexis. How bad do you have to be at your job that an immigrant took it? That's what I always say. When I see people say that an immigrant took my job, you know what I go? You were doing pretty fucking bad. Let's start there. Like, what decisions have you made in your fucking life that you're competing with undocumented immigrants for jobs? Let's deal with that. What did I tell y'all? That's that mediocre population. What did I tell y'all? That's the mediocrity of America. Because that's not my story. I ain't never had to go, man, an immigrant came and took my job. No. And quiet is kept. Even if an immigrant did get my job, I'm smart enough to know they didn't take it. They didn't walk in the door and said, give me that job, and just took it. I know that the company hired them on purpose. They probably paying them cheaper wages. So what I'm mad at the immigrant for? The immigrant isn't the one that ultimately took my job. My job was taken by that greedy ass corporation. That's who the job was taken by. So that their shareholders could continue to rake in monies. Be honest with yourself, America. You mad with immigrants because you scared of rich people. Let's call it what it really is. You're mad at immigrants because you're scared to approach rich people. You're afraid of them. They own you. Yeah, they own you, and you're afraid to buck back against your owner because you're afraid that you won't be able to eat. You won't have a place to stay if you don't get down on your knees and appease your oppressor. And guess what? Your oppressor still won't be amused. What are you talking about? They still won't be amused. I crack up at all the fake ass patriots in America. They stand tall for everybody except when rich people come in the room. Rich people come in the room, all of a sudden, we don't want to say anything to the job creators. Well, first of all, they're not job creators. They're not job creators. They're not. We're job creators. If we don't show up to businesses and spend money, buy services, businesses go out of business. So a rich person can start a business every damn day. Can start a business every day. But guess what? Every day it's going to go out of business. Every day if we don't show up to buy something. Every day. So I'm just going... And Trini, you're making a great point that the corporate worker pay ratio is 1 to 275. Is that to the CEO, like us up against the CEO pay? Because see, that's the real disparity. How nobody talks about how CEOs make crazy amounts of money. But if it wasn't for your work, your hard work, your labor, your company that you work for would nowhere near be able to be as profitable as they are. But you know what they try to tell you? You know what they try to tell you? It's because of your strategic leadership of your CEO. Yeah, it was your CEO and his strategic leadership. Yeah, that strategic leadership is what led him to be able to get your company to the next level. Hey, Lone Wolf, good afternoon. But that's not what got your company to the next level. That's not. You know what got the company to the next level? Your hard work. All of those workers, all of those people standing next to you, all of those people, the managers, the frontline workers, all of those people was what got that company to where it got to. All of those people. But you let rich people convince you that it's them. It's not them. It's you and it's me. It's our work. They're stepping on our backs and our hard work and saying you ain't working hard enough. We want more. My question to y'all is, how much more you gonna give them? You ain't got nothing left. Hey, Mark, good evening. Oh, trickle-down economics is the devil. And it's a lie that continues to be sold by Republicans. You know what trickle-down means? Oh, well, let me be honest. They ain't lying to you when they talk about trickle-down economics. They're not lying to you, actually. They're not lying. They trickling something down on you, but it ain't money. Okay? It ain't money. Hell, and even if it was money, all you getting is crumbs. I told y'all, think of it, America is like a big old table. And it's all, imagine this in your mind. It's a huge big table. And it's all this food on it. And all of the food, it's like all the food that you can imagine. All the best, like the best roast and the most succulent roast you've ever seen and tasted. The best potatoes. The best greens. The best, it's the best of everything. You understand? And rich people, because it's only a small segment of them, of billionaires, it's less than 100 billionaires in America. And really in the world, to be honest, it ain't that many, right? But ain't that many, and they're all sitting at this table. That 0.1% in America, all sitting at this table. And all the rest of us, the 99.9%, we're on the floor. Yeah, we're on the floor. And we get whatever crumbs they allow us to get. But not only do you only get the crumbs at the top, at the table, right? The rich people get to choose where you get to be and what crumbs you get. Because see, you're not allowed to get the good stuff. They want to give that to still to the people that's going to help to keep them propped up. Wake up, y'all. And as Alexa says, 10% of the U.S. owns 90% of the stock market. Yeah, that's rich people. That ain't us. We own some stuff, but it's mostly rich people. By the time you hear about making moves, rich people already knew about them moves and already done made whatever moves needed to be made. So by the time you get ready to make the move, shit, they've been made it. They've been making it. Say it again, Shy. We work to live and live to work. But it doesn't have to be that way. America doesn't have to be that way. It really doesn't. It doesn't have to be that way. It's that way, though, because y'all keep laying down for rich people. Stand up on your own 2 feet and push back against these damn rich people. As long as we don't push back, guess what's going to happen? Rich people going to do what rich people do. And guess what rich people are going to do? Whatever the hell they want. What about your kids, man? Are you thinking about your children? What about your children? What you going to tell your children their future is? What you going to tell? Well, I told y'all this morning, they cap student loans. What you going to tell your children? If you had a child that was trying to be a doctor, they're capped out at $200,000 a year. You need to go find some money for your baby. Or you're going to have to tell your baby all their hard work and everything they work for and everything you told them, you lied. Because the system won't allow it. Y'all, I just saw a news story. We just had another pew-pew in Nevada, this time in Nevada, in Reno. At least 2 people unalive. At least 2 people. Jeff, I already put you out a couple times. I'm going to put you out again. You can come back on your other account. I'll just keep putting you out. I'll just keep putting you out. But yeah, at least two are unalived. Multiple people have been injured. They do have a suspect in custody, so that lets you know that he's not a person of color. I said what I said. You see them MAGAs, they are crashing out, honey. What's the big deal if the president's on the list? Fuck those kids. Fuck those kids, man. I don't care about those damn kids. I lied. I'd have more respect for y'all if y'all just be honest. I lied. I don't give a damn about kids. I just don't like liberals. But now that I know Trump's name might be involved, I don't care. Fuck those kids. Where were their parents? Where were their parents? Always crashing out. Just crashing out. Just crashing out. If they raise the minimum wage like in the 60s, minimum wage, no, it will be more than that. I saw somebody's video. I don't know if you guys saw the video where the lady said her husband asked ChatGPT if the minimum wage kept up with inflation, what would the minimum wage be? And it was like almost $60 an hour. Yeah, there it is, $66. But rich people don't want you to make that type of money. Because see, if you made $66 an hour, then guess what? They're not so rich anymore. So in order for us to fight about who's the richest and all this other stuff, well, if you got to take the wealth from somewhere, right? Well, where do you take it from? You take it from the people, right? Because how else do you get it? You don't get rich from buying shit from other rich people. You understand? You don't get shit from buying other rich people. You get shit from selling shit to regular folk. You understand? So that's why I'm going, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Yep, they give folks just enough to control them. That's all. Just enough to control. I make more money than I've ever made in my life. Oh, you too? You too? I think for most of us, we're making the most money we've ever made in our lifetime, but we still broke, which then it don't make sense to us because we know what it was like to make less money and still feel like you had more money. That shit's weird, right? When you had less money, you feel like you had more money. Now that you got more money, you feel like you have less money. That ain't no accident. That shit on purpose. That's by design. That's by design. Yep, that is by design. Because if you have too much, then you got options. You can save and start your own business. They don't want that. They want you working for them. Understand, they don't want you work. They want you working for them. Now, I know what I did see about the Washington Post. There was a guy, Glenn Kessler. He announced his departure from the Washington Post because he took a buyout after having served as the chief writer of the Fact Checker since 2010. Kessler stated he had written or edited over 3,000 fact checks during his tenure at the Washington Post. He expressed that financial considerations played a crucial role in his decision to depart, stating that financial considerations were impossible to dismiss, which tells me they offered him a shitload of money to leave. So he took it. He took it. Yeah. Thank you so much, Gardenia. Pleasure to meet you too. So that's what it sounds like. So the rich guy, Jeff Bezos, paid him, right, to not fact check anymore. Wonder why? I told y'all all these rich people are going to work together, honey. If they don't do nothing else, they're going to all work together. Because, see, money is the common denominator. Money is the common thread that connects all of them. And it's like dominoes. If one falls, they all fall. They're not willing to take that risk. So they're going to work to help each other no matter what. You just caught that subtle? Those Epstein files, they're everywhere. I don't know how people didn't see him in there. It's not like there's enough hair to cover it. When he stands outside long enough, we can already see what he's thinking anyway. So, it's so funny just to look at folks with 12 followers. Get booted. Too bad nobody cares what you're talking about. Nobody cares. Nobody cares, man. They are crashing out. Yeah, listen, I just know that Trump's looking he ain't looking 230 pounds right about now. Not that I ever believed that shit to begin with anyway, but I can tell you right now he's not looking NFL bound. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. If I don't tell you nothing else, I can tell you that he does not look NFL bound. Okay? He didn't look NFL bound when they told that damn lie. But I'm just saying, I know for a fact, that he ain't looking NFL. Well, he looks like an owner. But player? Nah. It's just no way. It's no way. But an owner? Yes. He could look like any one of the owners of one of those teams. Any one of the owners. Now, I'm going to tell you who else Trump going to go after. He going to go after the NFL, too. For a couple of reasons. One, he don't like all the black stuff. Two, he doesn't like how they just choose to make decisions. And the NFL would never let Trump own a team. Because remember, Trump started his own football league, and that failed too. Yep, that failed too. So that's why I say he gonna come after them at some point. Once football season start back up, he gonna try some shit again. He's gonna try some stuff again. Can I tell you, that's why during the Trump administration the first time, okay, y'all remember that player Tim Tebow, right? Y'all remember Tim Tebow? Okay. Now follow me here where I go with this. Now I remember when Tim Tebow was in college and they were talking all about Tim Tebow. And I was like, you know what? That fucker's going to be a bust. I can feel it in my bones. I was like, because he's trying too hard to be perfect. Oh, I'm saving myself for marriage and I'm all for God. Anybody that talk about God that much, I already know they're full of shit. You understand? Because you don't, just be the example of it. But when you got to talk about it all the time, you're full of shit. You're trying to convince me. Or you're just a charlatan, and other charlatans that identify with you, y'all all think that y'all are religious. Okay, whatever. So he gets into the NFL. Can I tell you, to watch his ass be a whole bust was glorious. Because they thought his ass was going to be the next coming. Do you understand? They thought Tim Tebow was about to come set the NFL on fire. Lies you tell. Lies you tell. Lies you tell. The biggest grand opening and grand closing I've seen in a long time. Okay? Lies you. And quiet as kept. Folks tried it again with Caitlin Clark. See, I peeped that shit from the gate too. That's why I was like, nah, I'm not really rocking with that. Because I see what the fuck that is. And sometimes she was leaning into that shit. Not all the time, but sometimes she was leaning into that shit too. And I was like, baby girl, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Don't let these people gas you up. Because these people not on that floor with you with these girls. Okay? Man, listen. I was about to say The Great White Hype. Another great movie if you've never seen it. But it had me feeling like that. You understand? Hey, Craig. Nobody cares, beloved. You can, if you want to dream about men, that's your business. We don't judge here. We listen and we don't judge. You can dream about all the men you want. It's not our business, beloved. It's not our business. It's so weird when men come in with that. I'm dreaming about a man. Trump. I love him. Okay. I don't think any of us in here are trying to stop you from being in love with this man. It's fine. I'm just going, I don't understand why you're so... Now I get why they get so upset at the LGBTQ plus IA community. Because they're not living in their own truth. Say it again, Alex. Tell us who hurt you. What do they say? Show us on the doll. Show us on the doll where you were hurt. Like, come on. Come on. I love Trump. I'm like, what? And you know that Trump dog got a shit stain on it. And big old legs. It's big at the bottom, tiny at the top. I'm like, chill. I'm like, leave me alone, people. They stay turned up. Why y'all so turned up? Why? I don't understand. I think, I know the goal. The goal is to get me to get turned up, but you're never going to get the reaction out of me that you want from me. I love it. Cabbage Patch ankles. I be trying to be good, but then I read these comments and y'all be carrying on in these comments. Where they say, every time I try to leave, something keeps holding me back. Stop it. I be trying to be good. I'm trying to be good, but it's impossible. Now, I want to talk about something that doesn't surprise me at all. Because this person that I'm about to talk about right now, this person that you're about to hear me talk about, they always been a kiss ass. I ain't never like him. Never. I hated that he got the job that he got to take over for a great person. Because this guy's a kiss ass. Fucking Jay Leno. So Jay Leno comes out talking about that you shouldn't be mixing politics with humor, because people come to comedy to get away from stuff. That's not the only reason why people come to comedy. George Carlin, anybody? The fuck? Some of us actually like comedy that's smart and talks about piercing subjects. Thank you so much, Adele. I appreciate it, beautiful. Some of us really love comedy that does those things. Shut up, Jay. He's a rich elite guy too. Shut up. That's why I stopped watching the fucking Johnny Carson show when Johnny Carson left, because Jay Leno sucks. He wasn't funny. I never understood, but people like watching it because he's safe humor. He's safe humor. That's all. He's just safe humor. And I just wasn't a fan of the safe humor at all. Just not a fan of it at all. Safe for people, Wendy, that want to feel like the world is back. You said read your Bible. Stop. I don't have to read nothing. The Constitution says I could be free from that indoctrination. Fuck out of here. Go. You should read your own Bible and stop trying to run around and tell everybody else to read it. How about that? That's the problem now. Christians spend all their time running around telling everybody to read a book they don't read. You just have your pastor tell you what it say. Read it yourself. Shit, I already read it. You need to read it. Like the fuck? That's part of the problem. You need to read it yourself, because if you read it for yourself, then you wouldn't be falling a charlatan like this. How about that? Yep, say it again. If you're scared to offend, you're complicit. I'm like, I'm not having it. So that's why I say I'm not one of those people like I see in a lot of the other ones where they want to always have this conversation with folks. Well, I want to try to see if we can come to some consensus and understanding. Not me. Not me. I don't care about no consensus and understanding. None. I'm good on all of that. Yeah, but Jay Leno talking about, it's cozying up too much with one side or the other. Listen, bruh. If you want to be in the middle of the road where everybody likes you, you go right ahead. But I wouldn't want to be liked by the same people who like those other people with the symbols and what they did to people. I kind of wouldn't like people. I wouldn't want people like that to like me. I wouldn't give a shit. So the big question is, why does Jay Leno want people like that to like him? Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Just craziness. That's why I don't listen to these people. These people, he's another elitist worth millions and millions of dollars. And then he want to tell somebody else? Oh, tomorrow I'm going to listen to Howard Stern. You know why? Because Howard can't stand Jay Leno. And I know Robin's going to talk about this story. And I'm going to get at least 45 minutes of great radio with Howard ranting and raving about how he hates Jay Leno. So I'm tuning in tomorrow because I already know. He didn't talk about it today because I listened today. And if he doesn't talk about it tomorrow, I'm going to send the story over there myself because I know their petty asses are going to put it in front of him and he's going to go crazy. Oh, Jay Leno's still around. He's still around with that long ass chin of his. He's still around. He's still around. Nothing's changed. He's still there. Oh, and one more thing before I wrap up this evening. Ghislaine Maxwell is expected to meet. Oh, no. Hold on. Let me see when this was. Let me see. Let me say Monday, Sunday, Saturday, Friday. Hold up. I'm checking something because I just saw something. Let me read it. Oh, no, that's all. Okay, I thought it was something different. I'm about to say, wait a minute. There are even more shenanigans. But that wasn't what it is. That wasn't what it is. I don't see anything else that's really popping right now. I thank you all for joining me. Don't forget about the Straight No Chaser podcast. I talked about what's happened with student loans with the budget, and parents, how you need to be prepared. Thank you so much, Blue Age. Listen, from your mouth to God's ears. That's how I say it. It's coming for me. I know it's coming. Listen, I need a job, so it's gotta come. Elon took my job. So hopefully it's coming. Now, I want y'all to listen to something. Somebody said follow the money. The GEO Group is a detention center company. They helped elect Trump in 2024. Trump's border czar, Tom Homan, and Attorney General Pam Bondi were both consultants and lobbyists for GEO Group. The GEO Group paid millions to Ron DeSantis' campaign since 2016. And so, remember, they have alligator Alcatraz there. They're saying mass deportations were never about making America safer. It's a grift. I told y'all, I read a news story earlier. They said it was one company on that list that's been awarded government contract for this migrant detention stuff. That company's only been in business for 13 days. How you get a multi-million-dollar contract and you only been in business for 13 days? Rich people grifting again, because rich people gonna grift if they don't do nothing else. Pay attention, y'all. Pay attention. Because now they got the school to prison pipeline. They got now migrant detention centers. Hey, they just gonna keep on going. They making money hand over fist. Chill. Come on. The drain the swamp always used to crack me up because I'm like, how you gonna chant drain the swamp right in front of the fucking biggest swamp creature there is? That's that when MAGA used to do that, I used to be like, but you're talking to a guy that is the biggest swamp creature Washington's ever seen. Okay, all right. Hey, I guess that's what they like. I mean, who am I to say anything, right? I guess that's what they want. Go figure. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. We got 48,000 likes. I appreciate that. We got over 130,000 shares. I appreciate that as well. You know I appreciate all your gifts. I appreciate your time more than anything. Because TikTok is a huge app. You can spend it anywhere, but you spend it with me. So thank you for that. Don't forget, there's a new episode of the Straight No Chaser podcast going to drop on Wednesday. So check it out. You can see stuff on YouTube, Spotify, Patreon. So check all of those things out. So I want to make sure that y'all understand that. So thank you so much for joining me. I want to send a shout out to my top 5 gifters, because I always do this in every live that I have. First, number 1, handsome Russ Nelson. Thank you so much, Russ. Number 2, beautiful my dog is Charlie. Number 3, beautiful Kiana Black. Number 4, beautiful Living Life. Number 5, beautiful Brequel. Brequel, I think I've seen you before, but I'm not sure. You may have been here before, but if you haven't, welcome, sweetheart. Welcome, beautiful. And a special shout out to number 6, beautiful Lori. Thank you all so much. Oh, shoot, I'm at 50K. Y'all carrying on. Thank y'all so much. Listen, thank you all so much for joining today. Please, listen, get the word out that for folks to check out the show, listen to the podcast. And remember, I always put a recording of the live shows on YouTube. So that stuff will be on YouTube. You can go check it out. And if you missed our discussion on Saturday where we talked about Sinners, the movie Sinners, we had a great discussion. So if you want to see that discussion, it's on YouTube. Check it out, because we had a great discussion about Sinners. And then we got to start, we got to start talking about what our genre is going to be for August. And then start figuring out some movies to put on a poll list so we can do another poll and figure out what our next movie going to be. Because we have some great movie discussions. So, and we can parlay it in the books too if y'all want to. Let me know. We can figure it out. But I thank you all so much for joining me tonight. I'll be on live tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you so much for joining me. And I'm going to tell you like I always tell you. Don't let nobody live rent-free in your head, y'all. Don't feed the trolls. And you can accomplish anything you put your mind to as long as you stay consistent. Peace, guys. I'll see you in the morning. Bye-bye.